I had an electric car for 6 months in California, and I got rid of it basically as soon as I found a good opportunity to do so. That doesn't mean I hated owning an electric car. I actually loved some parts of it, but there were some irritations and quirks that were so annoying I just really wanted to smash in the window. In this video, I'm going to share one of the biggest irritations that you don't expect and that nobody ever tells you about before you buy an electric car. I thought that this problem was only with non-Tesla electric cars, but in fact, I've found evidence that this also happens with Teslas. So if you're considering buying an electric car today, then I strongly encourage you to watch this so you understand what you're getting into potentially and figure out how you're going to avoid dealing with this problem if you do decide to buy an electric car. So one of the biggest things people love about having an electric car is that you never have to go to a gas station because you can just charge at home, hopefully, if you have a level 2 charger set up or if you have a very short commute and you have just a trickle charge out of your 110 volt outlet. The idea is you get home, you plug in your car, you schedule to just charge at off-peak times, especially in California where if you pay for electricity at peak hours, you're going to be paying just as much as if you were buying gas. So every electric car has this functionality where you can just say, hey, I want you to charge during these non-peak hours so that I'm not paying an arm and a leg to charge the battery. So this is usually around sometime in the night, midnight to early morning. Where I am, it's from midnight until 3 p.m. in the afternoon, which is actually a very wide window and works out great if you can get the car to charge reliably at night. You know how all the apps on your phone and all the apps on your computer want to update all the dang time, and then the operating system wants to update every couple weeks even though you just did that last month? Well, the great news is your electric car is going to have software issues as well, so now you can have that same level of irritation in your car. So you plug in your car at night, you go to sleep, you wake up, you expect to find your car charged, but nope, you get into your car and you notice, hey, the car didn't charge last night. If you have a short commute and you don't have to go far, this is maybe not a problem. But if you were relying on your car to have a full charge that morning and you needed to get somewhere, guess what? You are screwed. Luckily, I never got totally screwed because my car didn't charge overnight. It just made one of my road trips a lot more irritating because I had to stop way sooner and with a lot less margin for error to charge up at a fast charging station, which in itself is a whole other set of irritations. But if you go online and type in the name of any electric car you're interested in and then pair that with did not charge overnight, you're gonna find a lot of forums for different cars with people complaining that their car just randomly decides not to charge overnight. This can happen with Teslas, the Ford Mustang Mach-E, the Kia Niro, the Ford F-150 Lightning. I haven't actually checked Rivian, but you should check that. The most frustrating part of all this is it's hard to figure out exactly what the problem is because the car manufacturers will often say it's not the car's fault, it's probably your charger's fault. But of course, whatever company you chose to buy a home charger from is going to say, well, it's not our fault, it's probably the software in your car. When I noticed that this problem was happening with my Kia Niro EV, I stopped using the scheduled charging on the car and started relying on the charger to delay the charging start time until midnight passed. When I relied on the charger's delay timer, everything worked 100% of the time. But whenever I used the actual scheduled charging in my Kia Niro EV, well, it would work somewhat reliably, but not really. And because of Murphy's Law, it would always have this problem on a night when I really did need it to charge, so I'd have extra range to go somewhere a little bit farther and back without having massive range anxiety. Because remember, if you need to charge away from home, it's a whole other set of problems and it's going to take you another 30 to 45 minutes, and that's just not fun, and you don't want to be coming home and trying to charge during peak hours because, again, that's crazy expensive in California. So if you're considering buying an electric car, I strongly suggest you look into this overnight charging problem and get prepared for it. I suggest getting some sort of home charger that actually has a delayed timer or schedule function that will reliably work. So make sure you read the reviews on whatever chargers you're going to buy to try to solve this problem for yourself. Now, if you are in California and you're thinking about buying an electric vehicle, or you're just very interested to see what it's like to own an EV in California and why I strongly do not suggest it, check out this video here. Let me know what electric vehicles you end up Googling for this overnight charging problem in the comment section down below. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe, and remember to keep it simple.